there's a line in the play that don't look at the problems, look at the solutions. And I hope that that's how I approach things, that if there's a dance that's having some trouble, or there's some music that's going off, or if there's an actor who's struggling with something, I don't want them to focus on, oh God, it's not happening, it's not happening, it's not happening, it's not happening. It's like, what can we do differently? How can we try this differently? What solutions can we find? And I hope that it's not just what they do on stage, but it's what they do in life. They don't really dwell on, oh my God, this is not working. But okay, chalo, what's the next route? What's the next solution? What can we do to make it better?
Band is shaping up pretty well. I kind of manage the band. I'm the band representative. I'm the PR guy. They've been doing pretty well so far. In fact, I haven't really had any problems with their song learning abilities or anything. As far as any group of kids under 10 goes, keeping their attentions focused on a certain area beyond 2 or 3 hours is a difficult task. I mean, they're kids. But these guys are, when they do buckle down, they really do buckle down, which is something that I really appreciate.
When you're a solo, you can kind of play whatever you want and how you want, and it's not going to affect how it sounds. But in a band, everybody kind of needs to know what you're trying to play and what they could play to fit in with you.
I've learned that you don't have to rely all on yourself. It's not only about what you play, it's also about what others play. You can also rely on them to make the song better. I love music because of the effects. It doesn't make me angry at all. It just makes me feel that I'm free. I can do whatever I want.
I really hope these guys get a glimpse of what you can do with organized activity outside the classroom. What you can do if several minds conflate to put together an idea that is constructive and that requires teamwork. There's so many things you can learn outside the classroom that you can't learn within. And a production like this teaches a lot of those lessons in a very hands-on way, and I'm sure that's going to reflect. I'm sure the audience is going to take that back, aside from being thoroughly entertained, of course.
I hope that they say that children nowadays have really improved. That, as Ritvik was saying, that usually you don't see this much talent even when children have been yearning for 10 years. Most of us have been yearning for 1 or 2 years, but I hope they see that we have talent, we should do more. We can do more band performances. The school's actually giving us something to represent in front, what we're good at.
And then the lights will all go off on stage. When the lights go off on stage, what's it called?
Didn't know I knew that. Wow, and I thought you were a sports person. Not a nerd. I'm the sports person. I'm the leader. You're fun. Yeah, but you don't win. Hey, stop it. Go away. I'm playing the character Murali, and he is a serious person who he has a lot of chips on his shoulders, which means he has won a lot of things, and he likes to acknowledge that he's a boy and that girls are not as good as him. When I got chosen as an actor in the production, I felt totally ecstatic. I couldn't even speak. It was just such a great opportunity.
I've always been extremely inspired by how the school kind of gives them the opportunity to actually be a professional. I mean, I know that they're still under the age group of 11, but when they go on stage and they own it, you actually can feel that they've learned to actually be like an artist in the true sense. They come here with just like knowing very little about whatever field that they've chosen. It could be art, it could be theatre, it could be the dance, it could be music. But when they leave, they do go back with a sense of discipline of how it would actually work in the real world.
Discipline is like a base rule, and standing in your positions are base rules. Many different things are base rules, right? Yeah. And when you act the different things like reactions, acting, don't smile, get into your character, stay in your mood, don't show your back to the audience.
This year the bunch have been very different. Every year they've been different, and they surprise me. Every single kid actually, as in they have something special to offer every day. It could be about a hug, a smile, or discussing what really happened at home, or just helping each other out, or being really patient with their classmates. And most of them are not even in the same class, but the journey that they've been on, I think has been a journey for me too. So it's amazing.
I'm with the actors and I'm also the English teacher. So during the acting, whatever these kids learn, like how do they say their lines, the modulation and everything, they bring it to the classroom. So recently when we were doing the poetry publishing, I could see a stark difference in the way they narrated their poems in front of an audience. They were loud, they were clear, there was voice modulation. So this was something which was an automatic transference from what they had learned in their acting.
I hope the audience will learn that it's not only one person that can make a difference in the world, it's everybody put together.
I hope the audience will also feel that I played the character morally. I was morally.
All the things that we say in the play, they listen to it and they try to be like, oh, if these children can do it, so can I. I choose to do art since we have to do the background, because without the background you can't act. People won't know what's happening. So that's why I think I chose art.
We're doing artworks, absolutely detailed artworks the way an artist would do, and we're going to print it and blow it up into 6 feet, 8 feet by 5 feet, big cutouts of vehicles, cows, everything that goes into a traffic jam in India. So the children are learning the whole process of rough doodles, sketches, then the final sketching, getting the colors approved, using the appropriate medium and working on something like ivory sheet, which is expensive, which primary children don't work on.
Hope they see how much work we have done in it, and they realize what all it takes to draw. It's just not like taking a pencil and paper and just scribbling on it.
They learn the whole process of ideation, as in they were briefed about the play. It's a jam. So now let's ideate, and you come up with suggestions. What do you think are in a traffic jam in India, a scenario in Bangalore? So they learned, to observe. They went back home, they checked, they came back with ideas, and they started putting the ideas as points. Then, let's get into sketching. So we started from the basics, and usually people don't work like that with really little children. Attention span is less, they don't want to get into details, they're in a hurry to do things. Yes, our kids were in a hurry to start painting and get their hands dirty, but then we said no, let's get into the whole discipline of doing the process correct.
So what's happening is it's all coming from the elbow. It has to come from the wrist. Yes? Yes? Firstly, shoulders. You have lovely body.
teaching complex steps to kids. Yes, it is. It is actually. It's both challenging and easy at the same time. Working with primary kids is always a good fun because they're very open to new ideas. They want to try crazy things, and it's really easy to work with them. But of course, we need to also make sure that there's coordination because we're working in bigger groups, and that is what is challenging. Otherwise, I've always noticed that kids are very naturally inclined towards dancing, and that is why we have so many people always opting for dancing. So yes, it is easy and complex at the same time.
I like fireworks the most. Utopia is good. I like the bird part. I like the whole dance pretty much. What I love the best is when I'm doing the stunt in Zootopia. So like the cartoon.
I want the audience to be satisfied, and I want them to like it, not just because we're kids, but because it was a really good production and we put a lot of energy and effort into it.